experience ever. We are just in this rut, and I'm holding on to this lawsuit ending and us making all that money back, right?
Yes.
Alexa wakes up in the morning and she comes out of the shower and she goes, I was praying this morning, and God told me that we need to just let that money go from the lawsuit. And I was like, are you crazy? I was like, there's no way. And he's like, he told me that he's already paid us back. I said, you got to be kidding me. Like, there's no way. So I sit with it. We talk about it. And ultimately we decided to let it all go. And we called the attorney and we said, that offer that the guy had to buy the house back, which would pay off our debt to the bank and leave us with zero, we'll take it.
And they all were like, you're crazy.
And they were mad because they wanted to make the money.
Oh, yeah.
We said, this has been taking our peace for almost 5 years. Like, we've gone through so much. I broke so many chains. We've grown. It got us out of California and here on Maui. It's time to let it go. So we let it go. We walked away from over $1 million. Everything that I'd ever made in Big Time Rush, gone. And what's so crazy is that you would think like, whoa, you guys, like, you lost everything. But we gained everything.
Yeah.
We gained so much peace. We gained, like, I feel like if there was a meter, we could breathe. And like, if there was a meter of like our trust in God, it was like, if it was here, it was like, bang, like full trust. Like,
we let go. We were like holding on to this money essentially, even though it was
for sure
money, right? And the second we let it go, the amount of doors that opened up, like, you don't do it so that you become blessed or anything like that. But what was wild was it was just holding us back from every other opportunity that God had waiting for us. And we let that go and we were happier. Our marriage started just growing and getting like stronger. All these new opportunities just opened up out of nowhere. The show that he was on, that was like a nightmare show, came to an end, which was also a miracle in itself. Like, it was one thing after another that truly just came out of our decision to let go of this thing that was holding us back.
And it was crazy because I'd say that those 5-6 years, like, bookend to bookend, like, that was our lowest of lows, but it was
the foundation that it built.
but yeah, the foundation that built and the chains that were broken in that low moment was, I mean, and to end it, to is it culminize, right? I don't know. But to end with, hey, you know what? We're just going to let it go. After all of that was just so surreal to me, but man, it felt so good.
Alexa, just to ask, so oftentimes I get asked this constantly, just had it several times this week. How do I hear from God? Like, and oftentimes we think we hear from God and it's some awesome thing that God's going to tell us. It's like, you want $1 million, like, just, you're going to win $1 million, not lose $1 million.
That's great.
What, like, kind of dissecting when you walked out that day and said that, like, what, how did you know, like, how did you know it was from God? Like, what, share that.
For me, I know it's from God when I feel extreme peace about it. Even when I know, I'm like, I know this doesn't make sense, but the peace I have over this word that I received, no, it's not like some big audible God voice, right? That we would think like from movies and stuff, but it's just this little, like, it's almost, I don't know how to say it because you kind of sound like a crazy person, other than like, it's almost like a voice in your head kind of pops out and gives you this essentially like idea or this direction that you've never even thought of before. Like, the idea that we would just end the lawsuit and let it all go would never be something that we would ever think of. We knew how much we needed the money at the time. We knew how much the house was worth, the whole property, everything. So like, to give that up would make no sense whatsoever, other than like, God was really pulling us out of something that was holding us back.
Was that the first time that you had felt that, or is that had that been kind of welling up within your soul? Like, you kind of said, like, it was a voice in your head. Like, was that the first time you heard that, or was it? Yeah, supposed to drop.
Oh yeah, so that was the first time. Like, there was never any, like, I never got any sort of hint or anything like that. or from God. Like I'd ask God about other things where, like, he's given me direction on projects to take or projects to avoid, stuff like that. But I never ever had any sort of like feeling from God that we were supposed to let this lawsuit go. And I'd prayed about it a couple times, and it was just so like, I know it's not audible, but it just felt so audible. Like, no, this is what you guys have to do. Like, let house go. I've already paid you back. Stop chasing that money. I've already paid you back. And it was just a wild thing, because I think naturally as humans, we want righteousness, right? Like, if somebody does you wrong, they don't deserve to win.
Yeah.
But God's like, I've got you. It doesn't matter. It's not about like, well, they wronged us, so we have to make sure that they know they're wrong. It's like, I know they're wrong. I know they wronged you, but I've got you. It's okay. Like, you don't have to like stick a stake in the sand and like make an example. Like, I've got you. Move along.